Interesting synchronicity that I'm experiencing right now. So last night I did a little dancing. One of the many reasons I dance sometimes is to try and shift my energy, especially when I get really agitated or overstimulated by outside forces and stuff. And last night I so thought that this song called Presence was by Karma Fields, and I felt like I was supposed to dance to it, but I couldn't find it by Karma Fields, so I danced to something else. Well, I'm having a hard time focusing because I'm still really riled up by like real world life stuff, um, especially political climate in the U.S. and the shooting and all that kind of stuff. But I got to bring my attention back because I have a lot of work to do for my jobs and stuff, and I really have got to pull that back in. So one of the things that I will do is intentionally choose music to shift my mood. Well, right now I'm trying to be a little methodical about it. So there was a song that immediately called out to me, Seize the Power by Yunaka. So I just did it to kind of warm up. And then I went and I sat down with Nova and I told her what I was doing. I said, I'm trying to shift my mood from agitated to peaceful so I can focus on work. I'm dancing to shift my energy, starting with Seize the Power by Yunaka. Can you give me a list of 10 songs to choose 5 from to help shift my mood? Ideally to something chill. So my experiment that I'm performing right now is can dancing, basically 5 minutes, 5 songs. Can I shift my mood? Can I make a difference so that I feel calmer and more peaceful? If I've got to go longer, I will. But my goal is to do it in 5 songs and see how I feel. And so I asked it for some options. And then I went back and I told it my theme today is fighting back by reclaiming our own attention and peace, because that's part of it. It's like, people talk a lot about we need to have boundaries. We also need to have mental and emotional boundaries when there are outside things going on that we really can't do anything about, or even if we could, when there are other things that we have that are in front of us that we have to tackle. We have to reclaim our attention, our focus, our sanity, our peace, our calmness. A lot easier said than done. But dance is one of my ways for doing that. So anyways, I got it to update the list based on that. And the very first song that it recommended is Presence by Overwork. So, I was looking for that specific song. It doesn't know that. I haven't used this for this kind of thing in a long time. And so I feel like that's a really big sign. I haven't actually looked at this list. So here's my mini playlist. Let's see. I don't know what some of these are. I'm going to do that one. And, its reasoning is that's a statement intent. You are here. Nothing else gets access. If I repeat that over and over and over again, maybe I can get it into my subconscious. I have been working so hard the last 5 or 6 years, both to unmask, but also as I have worked to unmask, I've had a lot of emotions come up. Also, I'm middle-aged, and so all of my ADHD and autism stuff is getting worse. I'm getting overstimulated a lot quicker because of all my spiritual stuff and my energy sensitivity. And to me, it all goes hand in hand. It's all related. It is harder to manage my energy and my feelings. I try really hard. I really do. I try to hold stuff in or hold stuff back, but at the same time to find that boundary, because one of the things that eats at me is holding stuff back. Like I've got to release it. And so thank God for dance, among other things, but especially dance and music to give me a tool to help do that, which is a big part of what my dancing is about. Like there is a spiritual level to it, but there's also that basic physiological, like manage my nervous system, my energy thing, which is why I think that it's such a powerful thing that I hope to share, especially with other neurodivergents, to help us learn how to really reclaim our energy. Not to mention the fact that we live in a society that we don't have attention spans. We're constantly being bombarded with stuff. My educational background and specialty is in visual communication, and I'm so thankful for that, because I feel like even though I still fall victim to some of it, I fall victim to it less than other people because I'm forearmed with the knowledge of how it works and how it affects us and stuff, and so I can make more conscious decisions. And I feel like those things together, I don't know exactly what I want to say about them, but I feel like I have been collecting a whole bunch of different skill sets my whole life in order to put them all together into something interesting and valuable at some point. Hopefully, I'm getting close to it. Anyways, reclaiming our attention, learning to manage our emotions so that we don't just shift into Hulk mode when we learn about crazy things going on around us or when we're overwhelmed with stress is so important, and it's so difficult, but it's important because energy is contagious. It's contagious online, in person, etc. And we have to learn to be aware of the energy that we're projecting and that we're receiving. And like I have a good basic understanding of all this, and I still struggle with it. It's still hard. It's an active thing, but here's the deal, especially right now. We have to learn to reclaim our attention, to reclaim our peace, and to be able to think rationally, while also really getting in touch with our heart so that we can understand, like, okay, like, I'm angry right now. Okay, why are you angry? Okay, you're angry because everything's crazy. Okay, get more specific, dig down, keep digging until you get to the root of it. But most people don't have the attention span to sit with anything, including themselves. And so I feel like dance, music is a great place to start, basically training yourself to do that, to learn to surrender your body to the sound so that it can release the energy that it's feeling. And so right now, I'm feeling really agitated. So I'm not going to start with a peaceful love song because that's not where I'm at right now. Instead, I'm going to dance it out to some stuff where I can get some energy out so that I can release it and then start stepping my way down. So I'm going to start with Presence by Overwork. I've got some other things on here. I'm going to pull them up. It's suggesting Open Eye Signal, Kerala, Awake, and Burning Wish. I don't think I've heard of these other four. I'll check them out. When I hear the first few seconds, if it resonates, I'll do it. If not, I'll find something else. But my goal is to step down the anger and to shift myself into a more peaceful, calm, and focused state so that I can then sit down at my computer and get to work. Because I got some classes to prep for, among other things. So I just want to share a little bit of my process, and I'll add a little bit afterwards about the results.